And Anirudh's a very, very talented musician, and I think he did a great job in VIP1, and we've retained some of the signature music that he has created, which is very essential. Sir, I think life's about looking forward and moving on positively, so I think whatever I've gone through in my personal life and professional life, I've learned from.
Some time back said you will do a film with Ajit, almost some 5 or 6 years back. What happened to that project, or is it still on the back burner?
I have a lot of respect for Ajit sir, and I've interacted with him quite a few times in the past. And Amala Paul's character, which is Shalini, marries Raghuvaran. You know, this film's all about how the wife comes in and how the wife takes care of the household activities, and when there's a issue for the husband, how the wife stands up and supports him. So as a team, when we sat to cut the trailer, we were very aware that the certain Amul baby and all those things are what
the small elements worked.
If a star child falls, getting up is so much more difficult than if somebody without a background falls.
Absolutely.
This film has 2 heroes, and it is one is him and one is Vasundhara. When you tell them a scene, and when I go back behind the monitor and I'm like, action, magic happens. That's it, and they just work off each other so well. So
don't give me an answer like no comments or anything like that.
That's the answer you're going to get, Sreedhar. No comments.
Would you be
Sreedhar sir, no comments, sir. You're not going to get an answer from me on this.
Welcome to Red Carpet, Soundarya.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I really loved the trailer of VIP2.
Thank you.
Raghuvaran coming at that end, that cut was beautiful.
Madam, Raghuvaran coming.
And I think that had the youth, pumping for the movie. So what are your thoughts? How was the trailer cut made?
Sir, like I said, I think taking up on a sequel is a big responsibility for everybody, be it for the writer or the director or the entire technical crew behind. And we want to retain all the magical moments that part 1 had. The simple life of Raghuvaran and, the way he connects with the youth. And this is a very proper sequel. This is the next phase of Raghuvaran's life. For example, in part 1, he'll have a love interest, but the same love interest in part 2 is his wife. Amala Paul is playing Dhanush sir's wife in this film. So, we were very conscious to retain those elements. At the same time, in this film, as you've seen in the trailer, we've introduced a whole other world, which is Vasundhara Parameshwaran's world. And I'm so happy as a team, all of us, we think it's amazing that we are the people who brought back Kajol ma'am, after 20 years into the southern film industry again. So as a team, when we sat to cut the trailer, we were very aware that the certain Amul baby and all those things are what
the small elements worked. Well.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
Absolutely, and we as an entire team, we were very aware and very conscious that we should retain what people liked. At the same time, this is not a remake of part 1. This is part 2.
Okay.
So it needs to be.
It's an altogether, it's just like any other Hollywood film, altogether different story, but you're going by the franchisee brand.
Exactly.
என் பேரு ரகுவரன். நான் மறுபடியும் ஒரு வேலை இல்லா பட்டதாரி.
And so you feel now that you have graduated into the better things, in the sense that all the tags have been removed and now you're on your own?
Sir, I think life's about looking forward and moving on positively. So I think whatever I've gone through in my personal life and professional life, I've learned from. And I believe in being positive and moving forward, looking ahead and just working with and being happy. So I'm in a very happy place today.
How's your son Ved?
He's doing well. He's growing up too soon.
And do you spend a lot of time with him?
I do. When I'm shooting, I need to say, if not for my mother's help, I will not be able to be a working mother. She's an amazing grandmother, and she just loves children. And there are 3 little boys in my house. Poes Garden, my house earlier had 2 daughters. My father has 2 daughters, and both of us have sons. So now Poes Garden has little boys, and there are 3 boys running around. But I love spending time with my son and to taking him to school and being there for his meal times and everything. But when I'm working, my mother helps me balance that.
How is the chemistry between Kajol and Dhanush on screen?
Amazing. Amazing, where we're already thinking of part 3. What kind of a story part 3
Oh,
should
you'll have
be.
a sequel.
I'm sure Deesa has it in his mind, and he's kind of mentioned it also earlier that, this franchise, this VIP world, it has the potential to go on and on and on. But to answer the question, how's their chemistry, I think you liked the trailer, and the trailer had them in it, and I think they're amazing together, sir.
Now, let's talk about your dad entry into politics. There's been so much talk. I know you don't give me an answer like no comments or anything like that.
That's the answer you're going to get, Sreedhar. No comments.
Why?
No comments, sir. I think the truth is he's always done what has to be done at the right time. And he has said it himself, he has said everybody go do your work, and when the war is there, we'll meet at the battlefield. So I have nothing more to add. And
Are you happy with your dad's decision?
he's not made a decision yet, sir. Like I said, he'll make the right decision at the right time, and we strongly believe that. And as a family, we've always stood by each other, and we will continue doing so.
And what about this, if your dad enters politics, like all politician daughters, would you be also...
No comments, sir. You're not going to get an answer from me on this.
So you're keeping away at that moment?
There is nothing concrete for me to talk about right now. Like I said, whatever Appa had to say, he had said it when he met his fans. And, his name's been in the political topic for many, many years now. So I think what he needs to do, he will do at the right time.
See, VIP 1 had Anirudh's music. How is Sean's music compared to Anirudh's music? I'm sure that it worked.
I wouldn't compare, Sreedhar sir, to be very honest, but I think every project demands a set of technicians. Every script demands a set of technicians who the director and the producer and the writer, they all jointly feel will do justice to the film. So the entire technical crew for this film, I felt would work coming together, and this film demanded a different kind of sound. Like I said, every music director is known for his genre that he's very, very famous for, and Anirudh's a very, very talented musician, and I think he did a great job in VIP 1, and we've retained some of the signature music that he has created, which is very essential.
Yeah, that is brand building exercise is there.
It's recall value.
Recall value.
When Raghuvaran does a few things, when you expect the VIP theme, which was again such a huge hit, you expect that. So we spoke to Anirudh, and it was nice enough of him to say, he's aware that we have used the signature tunes in this film. But I think this film demanded a different sound, and I think as a combination of writer and musician, I think Power Pandi, Dhanush sir and Sean Roldan's music was amazing, and I felt this film needed Sean's sound. And to be very, very honest, I think everybody has seen a very melody side of Sean, but this film, with the re-recording, I'm sure you'll see a very commercial side of Sean.
எதிரியே இல்லைன்னா வாழ்க்கையே போடுறா. இந்த எதிரிங்கெல்லாம் அவங்களா வருவாங்க, அவங்களாவே போயிடுவாங்க.
What happened to you? Had some time back said you will do a film with Ajit, almost some 5 or 6 years back. What happened to that project, or is it still on the back burner?
I have a lot of respect for Ajit sir, and I've interacted with him quite a few times in the past. And I think as a filmmaker, everybody has their I wish this happens one day. So I have a lot of actors I look up to, and I wish I get a chance to work with. But definitely Ajit sir is one of the top list of that. It's a wish list. If it happens, I'll be very thrilled.
Never, ever.
What about sentiments? See, you have Dhanush, you have Kajol, but do you have a proper pakka story? Because story is the king. And VIP 1 worked big time because of the sentiments. Beautiful sentiments it had. And Sharanya Ponvanan and Dhanush just simply rocked.
They
Tell
did.
me.
I am a person who completely believes the story and the script are the first hero of any film.
Absolutely.
And this film has substance. This film has story. It's not just, how do you say, it's not just this, I wouldn't say commercial eyewash, but it's not just all about high-speed walks, and it's not just about, say, massy dialogues. No. This film has sentiment. This film has love. This film has values. And this film has message. And this film, I would say, I'm very proud of to be a part of, because after I watch this film as an audience, I'll come out feeling happy and I'll come out learning something. So yes, this film has a lot of sentiment and emotions and everything apart from just the mass moments.
I love you, mom.
And will you be working with an outside hero other than in-house heroes?
I think it's so happened that my first film was with my father, which I'll be forever grateful for, and my second film was with Dhanush, so again, family, for which I'll forever be happy. Both happened, and I've learned so much with both these films and with both the family members. But yes, I think in the future I would love to work with family again, but I will work with people outside family.
எனக்கு மட்டும் எங்கேருந்து தான் எதிரிங்கெல்லாம் வராங்கன்னே தெரியல. நான் பாட்டுக்கு என் வேலையை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன்.
Tell us about Vasundhara Parameshwaran. That she seems to be the pivot around which the film revolves.
Which is definitely one of the most, I think in one of Dhanush sir's interviews he had said that this film has two heroes, and it is one is him and one is Vasundhara, because I wouldn't really say she's the Villi or the villain in this movie.
But you have given her equal footing in the trailer, if I'm not mistaken. As much as Dhanush, she's getting that footing.
I think you'll have to wait and watch the film, sir. I think
Does she come before the interval or after that?
She comes way before the interval, and I enjoyed the directing such talent powerhouses of acting together. You know, to see D sir and Kajol ma'am on the same frame was so amazing for me as a filmmaker, and I think even audience will just enjoy seeing their chemistry together, because they were actors who complemented each other. You know, they just had to take off the other actor and be the characters that they were portraying. And I think Vasundhara Parameshwaran is a very headstrong, confident, independent, self-made woman. And she has great conviction in her thoughts and her beliefs. And when she meets Raghuvaran, who's from such a humble background, with equal, if not more, conviction in his thoughts and beliefs, it's how she reacts to him and how he reacts to her that makes the plot of VIP2.
உன் லெவலுக்கு நீ எனக்கு அட்வைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்க கூடாது ரகுவரன். கார்ப்பரேட் வேர்ல்டுங்கிறது வேற. It's a political game.
Here, this Vasundhara character, does it have some similarity with Ramya Krishnan's Padayappa Neelambari?
One thing I must say, sir, that after so many years, if people are still, remembering, I think in interviews I've been asked this question of if it's, similar to Vijay Shanti in my name.
Vijay Shanti.
Or, I think the reason is, yes, we have used a formula, which is a male against a female. I wouldn't really, like I said.
Yeah, when two strong characters are pitted against each other,
Correct.
It works magic on the screen.
Correct. And yes, we've used a formula, but sir, I believe audience have evolved so much in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Even with regard to if Kochidan had released today instead of 5 years ago. So I think today people want something that they can relate to, something that is different. So as much as we've stuck to formula of male versus female, I think there'll be something different in VIP2.
உங்க சொந்த கம்பெனில நீங்க பாஸ்ங்கறத விட என் கம்பெனில நீங்க எம்ப்ளாயிங்கிறதே உங்களுக்கு பெரிய ஸ்டேட்.
You're basically a creative person and you think visually. But there are strong rumors that you will get in front of the camera as an actor.
No. I think that was a joke that got a little magnified. No, sir. I think, like I said earlier, I feel I completely belong behind the camera because I love doing what I do. And I think in visuals, right from childhood, I've always thought in visuals. I don't know how to explain that. Some people, they ask you what language you think in. I think in visuals. I don't think everything runs as a scene in my film, in my head, like in a film. So it was a joke that got a little bigger. But then, see, you're in the film industry, and film industry, everybody's friends. So sometimes it's like you never know what's going to happen. But right now, I'm very happy being a director.
And where does Amala fit in?
She is the Mrs. She is Mrs. Raghuvaran in this film, and she plays a wonderful character where, she takes on the whole responsibility of running the household, because as you're aware, in part one, the mother will be the center point of the family. And the mother passes away in part one. So now when Amala Paul's character, which is Shalini, marries Raghuvaran, this film's all about how the wife comes in and how the wife takes care of the household activities, and when there's a issue for the husband, how the wife stands up and supports him. So I really like the character Amala Paul plays in this film.
Where does Samudrakani fit in?
First of all, I love Kanyana. I think he's one of the most positive people.
Absolute natural actor.
Unlike in part one, where Kanyana is a strict father, he's a different father in this film. And the chemistry, the way Dhanush sir and Kanyana complement each other, I mean, I shot with them. I know when you tell them a scene and when I go back behind the monitor and I'm like, action, magic happens. That's it. And they just work off each other so well. So I think Kanyana has played a very different father in part 2 compared to the father he played in part 1.
ஒருத்தனுக்கு எதிரிங்க அதிகமா இருந்தாங்கன்னா அவனை பார்த்து அவங்க எல்லாம் பயப்படுறாங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். இப்பதான் நீ உன்னோட துறையில ஏதோ உருப்படியா செஞ்சிட்டு இருக்கன்னு அர்த்தம்.
Now Bollywood is being rocked by this nepotism, thing that Kangana had said about Karan Johar and became a big issue. What's your thoughts on nepotism in the industry? Star kids getting all the favors.
To be very honest, I think what actually matters and what counts is talent. Because no matter whose daughter or son or relative you are, I think if people don't accept you, if people don't accept the talent that you have to provide to them to entertain them, be it a film director or be it a producer or an actor or an actress or any department in the film industry for that matter, if you're not talented, you're not going to last, because it's difficult to just pull off something because of the background you come from. But is it access? Is it easier for children from the film industry? Yes, I'm not going to deny that. But once you are in, if you're not going to have it in you to prove, it doesn't matter.
எவ்வளவு நாள் இப்படி இருப்பீங்க? வேற வேலை ஏதாவது ட்ரை பண்ணலாம்ல?
இல்ல மேடம், ஜாப் எதுவும் கிடைக்க மாட்டேங்குது.
Yeah, and what about Rajini sir? Has he given you any good advice on this particular thing?
On everything, sir. I think Appa is somebody who practices what he preaches always, and everybody looks up to him, and we as a family look up to him. And all that he says is be honest, work hard, nothing comes easy. And he's always told me that, because when I came off into the industry to do my first film in computer graphics, it was Chandramukhi. I did the titling for Chandramukhi, and I was very young then. I was about 20 or something. And when I spoke to my dad, I had just finished my education and everything. He's like, if you have it in you, go talk to Vasu sir. Don't come and tell me. So I actually went and pitched to Vasu sir, and I showed Vasu uncle, all the work that I'd done. So he's someone who says, if you have it in you, work for it, put your heart, soul and effort into it, you're not going to get it easy.
Has Mr. Rajinikanth seen VIP too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great news.
He has seen it, and he has conveyed his happiness on how the films come out. And
what
as
was
much
his
as
reaction?
He was very happy. He was very happy, and he's aware of the project from the word go, and he knows the script and everything. So he was very happy with the way it's come out, and like us, he's also eagerly waiting to see how people respond to the film.
How do you feel it? Did he tell you anything that it has potential to be a commercial hit?
Yes, sir. I think Appa's feedback's been very, very positive, and he's a complete cinema man. So even now we're all sitting the last 4 days, the last 3 days for release.
I think you're under tension.
Naturally, sir. Now it's just about hearing the verdict after the first show. I think this is the biting the fingers phase right now.
All the best, Soundarya, and let's hope VIP 2 rocks the box office.
Thank you so much, Sreedhar sir.